What is up, everyone? Old Will Scrub here. I'm going to be showing you one of the best XP farms and cash farms in Fishing Planet. You have two options. Option one, you can go for tigerfish, African tigerfish, and Goliath. I believe Goliath give more XP, and then African tigerfish give more cash. So you have that option. The option I'm going to be showing you is Nile Perch. They give really good XP and really good cash. Before I show you my setup and my markers, I'm going to show you the weather patterns you're looking for. You're only looking for 2 out of the 3. You want these dual peak nights. So these ones you're going to be fishing from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. If you did not fill your keep net, then you're going to move to 3 a.m. Now, this does not mean you have to fill your keep net, by the way. If you want to, you're going to move to 3 a.m. because those are the 2 high peak points. You can fish from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then say, you know what, I want to do that again the next day and then skip the next day. Perfectly fine. But the double peak night is really good. The next night you're looking for, there's a lot of double peak nights, is you're looking for this one. This is starting off at 9 p.m. and then tapering down. This one you're going to be fishing 9 p.m. to 10:30. You really don't want to go too late into that. This does not mean that you can't. It's just once it tapers off, the activity gets a little less. So it's just better to just skip to the next day. Now, I don't have the third weather pattern, but you don't want to deal with that one. That's the one with the peak at midnight, but it's not that high. You do not want that peak. It's not worth it. These are the only 2 nights you want. So let's look at the setup. Now, this is the level 80 setup. I will show you the level setup I was using for level 75. I don't have everything hooked up. Well, to it, I don't have the lines, but I was using the Tropicana 7-foot 3-inch rod with the Ballerina 8000. This is what I was using for level 75 until level 80 when I got the newer setup. They all use basically the same setup, the same hook, the same shad, everything. So this is my setup right now. I'm using the Nile 6.7, the Giant Spin 10,000. Now, I'm using the Texas rig. You're going to be using the Texas rig for both of them. For the level 75 setup, you're going to be using the 88-pound Texas rig. For the level 80 setup, you're going to be using the level 97. They both use the same sinker, the same offset hook, and the same shad. So I used the 2-ounce bullet sinker with the 11-aught offset hook and the glow-in-the-dark 6-inch shad. You do not have to use everything that you see people use, because you can use a wide variety of things. You can use the 3 6-inch rib shads. The pink one is really good, but I believe that's bait coins. And if you don't want to use bait coins or you don't have bait coins to use, you can use the dual color blue acid, or the blue and acid green, or the purple dust. Or, like me, and it's worked out really well, you can use the 6-inch glow-in-the-dark shad. This does really well. Now, your mileage may vary. You might have way better luck than I do with the purple one. You might have better luck with the pink one. The pink one is what I used for the longest time before I started using the glow-in-the-dark one, especially seeing as how I do this at night. These night peaks are really good, and the glow-in-the-dark one handles everything beautifully. You can buy everything for the lures here. You can buy pink ones. Like I said, they're bait coin. You don't have to spend bait coins. You can use blue acid green or the purple dust. Or even, like I said, buy the glow in the dark one out of the map back at home. You have a wide variety of options. Now, you're going to need a boat. The boat you use kind of does determine how fast you can reel them in. If you have the Amazon boat is a little bit faster. I just have a regular Orion. I think it's the highest quality of the regular boats. You can use any boat you want. The Congo boat that you get, that Draco, might be a bit slower. I don't remember how that one is, but that might be a bit too slow with fighting. So I'm going to show you my markers. I do not go to the waterfall. Do not like that location. I will show you my marker there, but I do not use it. This is my marker at the waterfall. The waterfall, at one point in time, when this map came out, was like the best place for people to go. Mostly because no one really knew all the other spots that were around. You can use this, and people still use this spot. I don't like it. It's a lot of sitting around fighting and trying to drag it to you. It's just not worth it. So I only fish at 3 locations. What I used to do is I used to go from the waterfall and I would go work my way north. Now I go start north and work my way south. You can stop anywhere around here. I used to sit here and fish here. Then I started sitting here and fishing here. But this is the first marker. It's 151 by 771. As you can see, he's a big boy. 438 pounds. You can do bottom rod here. If you're going to do bottom rod fishing for Nile Perch and you do not want catfish, always use crawfish. The catfish do not like the crawfish and they leave it alone. If you want to use bobbers, if you're doing the float fishing, you're going to want to make the depth 15 to 20 inches. You don't want it too deep because then the catfish will come and get it. And I believe for bottom rods and for bobber, you're using barbless 10-aught hooks. And the plus side of barbless is you get an XP boost. So I sit here until I get a unique. Once I get a unique, I leave that spot. Then I come to my favorite spot. It's negative 111 by 192. This is my favorite spot. I routinely get multiple 400 plus pound Nile Perch here. Now, this spot's a little bit more shallow compared to the right where it's dark blue. But this spot is really, really good. Now, when you're fishing here, you want to stay about here and face this way. You don't want to be fishing in here because this spot is so low. You have to be really careful with how you're reeling in. And same for here. When you're here, not so much. Especially once it gets into the deeper part, you don't have to worry. But I would say about here, cast out. You want to be looking to be about the 70 to 95 feet range. You don't want to be casting too far out. Mostly because if a Nile Perch hooks you, and it's a big one, and you're at like 130 feet, you just gave that perch a big, huge jump over you. It's hard to get it Trust me, it is. The third spot I go to is right here. 11 by 82. Now my markers, you see, says hold L2, R2 twitching. And that's because that's the action I do. You can do the regular twitching, which is holding R2, and then every once in a while you're tapping L2 to twitch your rod up and down. I've always been a fan of holding L2 up. Well, I should say this is Xbox, so it's LT. But these were holdover markers from my PlayStation that I brought over. So PlayStation, it's L2. Xbox, it's LT. You want to hold L2 or LT, and then you want to reel in ever so slowly. You want to reel in at about I'll show that in a moment, but you're going to be on 2-speed. You're going to be doing anywhere from 1 rotation to 2 rotations. So basically, like, hold, let go, hold, let go, and I'll show it again. Like I said, I'll show them in a moment when I show some footage of capturing these fish. When you use these 3 spots, if you need more fish, like let's say you have the 1,500-pound keep net and you want to catch another fish, go here. Negative 330 by 225. This is another spot that I fish at. I will fish at about here, facing to it. When you're coming to this location, there's like a little wooden pylon in the middle of the river. That's basically about where I stop the boat, and then we'll start launching out. Might get a little bit closer, but it's the same thing. These are the 4 spots that I use. There are more. I do not have them, but these are the 4 spots that I use, and they're the best spots. Like I said, you can use, if you want, the waterfall location. It's too much fighting for me. It's not worth it. I don't like it. If you like doing that, that's fine. But if you want to make it the most amount of XP in the shortest amount of time, do not do the waterfall. So those are my markers. That's the times you want to go to, the weather patterns, and the setup. And again, the setup is the exact same for the hook and the shad. Does not matter what rod and reel you're using. You can use any rod and reel that will bring them in. You can use offset hooks, like I said, 11/0 to 14, so 11, 12, 13, or 14. I've just had really good luck with 11, so I just stuck with that. So now I'm going to show you some gameplay footage. I hope you use these things to your advantage. They are really good. So let's go over there. I will see you in a moment. Okay, so now we are here. This is my first spot. And I'm going to show this spot, and then I'm going to show the other spots. That's going to be without commentary, so you can see how this goes. This is really simple. You're going to cast out. You're going to watch the lure go down. You don't want it to hit the ground. But right before it hits the ground, you just want to start reeling just to kind of keep it above the ground. Something hit my lure already, but now you're just trying to keep it twitching as low as you can. We have something. It could be a Nile perch. It could be a catfish. Sometimes catfish come here. When you do catch something, you don't want to wait too long to move the boat towards them. Just go to them. Some fights can take a little longer. Some fights can take a little less. This one's not that big. It's 172-pound regular Nile perch. Now, you will get some young Nile perch. You will get regular, you will get trophy, you will get unique. Sometimes you get trolled and all you get is a ton of young ones. So again, you're just going to cast out. You're going to hold L2, and right before it's going to hit the river bottom, you're just going to start reeling in nice and slow. You're going to do 2 reels until you get about 75 feet out. Then you start doing 1, trying to keep it as close to the ground as you can. Something hit at that time. Go again. If you hit the ground, it's not a big deal. You can get that off. But you're going to be doing the lift, and that doesn't always, the lift and drop, that doesn't always get me a ton of bites. I just stick to the twitching, like I said. On PlayStation, you hold L2. On Xbox, you hold LT. And you reel with R2 or RT. I don't remember what it is on PC. It's been a while since I played it, so I'm not sure. It's probably right mouse, whatever the lifting the rod up is. Sometimes you get trolled and things just hit your lure. Now, you will probably have better luck than I do. Sometimes I have really good luck, and sometimes I have really bad luck. Never know what I'm going to get. Now, I'm casting out farther than I recommend. I always do. Like I said, you want to cast about 70 to 95 feet at max. Just because if you throw out your lure at 125 feet and something takes off with it, then you're going to be behind the 8 ball pretty quickly. And the fish don't drag the boat around as much as they used to. So it's really slow to try to fight them and try to get to them. There's something. I don't know what. So I will see you once I get close to pulling this out because it's taking off. Let's see what we get. Ooh, unique Nile Perch, 379 pounds. Like 46,000 cash and 25,000 XP. Now, this fight took some time. They don't all take time, but some of them do, so that's something to look out for. So now I'm going to show you some no commentary gameplay of the other fish that I've caught from this location, so you can see that all three of them work really well. You can use either one of them. You can use all of them. I usually use all of them. I go from the first one to the second one to the third one and then make my way back and then skip to the next night. So I hope you can use this information to help you gain a bunch of XP and a bunch of cash. If you have any questions for any fish anywhere, I have markers for other fish at other locations. Just let me know and I will help you out.